All right, so we have a new match: Nick DeLeon and Fedor Gorst. And we all know Fedor's a top player, and Nick DeLeon is trying to find his game. He actually is a good player, up and coming pretty much. And I expect to see a pretty good match. Fedor looks like he's going to win the lag. All right, so this is a Derby City one pocket, race to three. And Josh Roberts commentating for Railbirds TV. And I hope you guys enjoy the match. All right, there's the break. And only two balls, well, three balls popped out if you count the 15. He's not going to have much of a choice but just to shoot the 15 and follow behind it and try to get under the 13. I'm not sure if he should try to get all the way under unless he can get under the three ball. Okay, he's done a good job. I expect Fedor to take a kick maybe at the 12. The 12 would push the 9 over, and if you oh wait a minute, he's taking a foul here. All right, so Fedor took the foul. I expect Nick to just thin that one ball and just get a rail, just drop on the bottom rail there. I don't understand why he'd take the kick. It doesn't make sense to take the kick because if you complete the kick, he's going to leave a shot on the 13 or 15, and it just seems easier to just nick the one and drop to the bottom rail here. All right, we'll see how good he hits it. All right, so he just took a foul since Fedor took the first one. So uh, they're supposed to cancel out by the new Derby rules. If they both owe one, it should go back to even. But I've seen a lot of matches where the players aren't really going by that. If you owe one, you owe one. So if they don't catch it, then we're playing the normal way. All right, so Fedor taking a bank at this 15 up the table. Is he going to draw to the pack? He did control it pretty nicely. And the 15s sort of ended up kind of close to where it was. And Nick is still faced with sort of the same situation here. And it's a lot harder to thin the 1 with the speed or the 12. The speed is a lot harder to get right from this position. See how much he bounced off the rail. It's a lot harder to get right from that position. So Federer will have a chance to go ahead and he can thin the 9 and get on the back of the pile. Uh, I don't like 3 rail in the 5 because you're kind of leaving your cue ball out in the open when there's no protection. I mean, if he could drop it on the bottom rail, using the 15 as a blocker, I mean, on the top rail with the 15 as a blocker, that would be okay. Okay, he shot the 1 railer and used the pile. Beautiful shot, and he got some love out of it. Okay, it didn't fall, so Nick can go ahead and give him the 5. He can clip the 13 and drop on the 5 with the cue ball and just push the 13 back up to the pile. Nick kind of hit that rail before the ball and the cue ball came out. I expect Fedor to go ahead and shoot at this 15, and the 13 actually banks. It looks like to me. The 13 ball might. Oh, okay. Was definitely not going to go now. All right. So yeah, taking a shot at this 15, and he could shoot this the same way. He could shoot it with draw and come backwards to the 2-8 on the pile, or at least going across the pack a little bit. All right, so the speed he hit it, he actually cleared the balls. So Nick will be able to shoot into the 2-8 as long as it's aimed downward a little bit. And even if it's not, as long as he's not like making a lot of other balls move, he can actually cut a little bit, whereas cue ball's going up the table, two balls going into the pile, maybe pushing some to his side. I really don't see much else. I don't believe he can kick at that ball on the bottom rail and get under it. Yeah, I think he's definitely doing too much trying to kick. He's trying to kick this two rails here, or either go around it and take a foul on the pile. And that's what he did. He went around it and got on the pile. That's actually a really nice shot. But Fedor can come off the 10 and go back around the way he just came off the 10 ball. Oh, maybe he can't. Maybe he can't. All right, so Fedor took a foul there. This is a tough position. Nick is gonna. Wait a minute. What's he doing? Is he taking a foul on the pile here? I think he is. Uh-oh. I think he just left Fedor a shot. I expect Fedor to shoot at that combo. And he also has a combo out of the pile to bank at his pocket if he wants. But I don't know if he'll. Uh, all right, so I expect him to shoot this combo. So when he shoots it, his cue ball is going to go into the side rail. He's going to have to come back across the 15. Looks like he has to cut the 13 to his left a bit to make the 3. All right, so he came across the 15 nicely. Looks like he can get to the 13. He would like to stay below the straight in line on the 13 where he can go into the pile with the cue ball. I'm not sure if that 2 ball goes up top, but it's close. So yeah, see how he stayed below that line where he could go into the pile and open some balls. So he should be hitting this with a lot of speed and force follow to go through. Not quite enough. Not quite enough. He needed some more out of it. I'm not sure if he can shoot that 12 and stop or pull it back to the pile. If he can't, then he'll be, looks like, thinning the 5 and possibly going to the back of the 7-10. Oh, that's the 12, excuse me, not the 10. Well, this 10 ball might be bankable. No, you can't get past the 5. So he's going to thin the 5 and do basically the same thing Fedor just did. 2 rails on the pile. That's what he should be doing. All right, good shot. Uh, Fedor's not going to have much down the table here. I think he's got to thin a ball and go up the table, put him on the top of the pile. Oh, he didn't even hit anything. He took a foul. And Nick took a foul. So Fedor maybe I mean, it looks like he could thin the 1, but okay, no, he's taking a foul here. He's taking a foul. He's going to try to 3 rail. Or no, he's just kicking into the top pocket there. All right, so De Leon may have to come off the 8 here and get to the back of the pile that way. That's what I like. Oh, okay. He kicked it 2 rails. That's okay. Didn't come out too bad. Now, if Fedor could shoot this straight, he could shoot the 7 across the top of the 5, and the 5 would clear, 7 would bank towards the hole, and cue ball buries into the pile. So I don't know. I don't know if Fedor sees anything like that, but certainly has a shot to do that. That's actually the one that I like because it allows you to get into the pile with the cue ball, shooting the 7 right across the top of that 5 with like a good stop shot speed. Okay, well, he cleared him out. He went the opposite way. 7 did not get good for him. He may have possibly left a bank on this 12. He shot at it, but he hit it in such a way where he knew he was going to get behind that 7. I like the safety that he played, and he got the 12 in play. So he's got Fedor in a decent spot here. A little bit hard to play safe. He may have to shoot the 10 and get to the other side of the pile that way. I'm not sure he has another way out of there. Now he could come off the 5. He could come off the 5 and get over, just come all the way down to the side pocket there where the 12 would be too tough of a back cut. He chose to clear the 12 out using that 10, and not a bad shot, but he did give up position on his side of the table. So let's see what Nick does with it. Is he going to shoot the 5 or bank the 7? Okay, he banked the 7. He kind of lost the cue ball a little bit. He better hope that 2 ball doesn't go. If it does go, then he's in some trouble. Oh yeah, it goes. He's seeing what else goes. All right, so he can draw back to the 8 and get the 14 next if he wants here. Oh, he hit. Okay, it didn't go. He's just pushing it down there. Well, Nick got a little fortunate there for him not to be able to, keep it up where he can just roll on this 5 here. He got real fortunate for that to happen. All right, now Fedor has a shot that I like. I shoot it every time I see it. He can bank the 7 back toward the 2 ball with a lot of outside spin and carry his cue ball into the pile, catching it like a net. So just a lot of outside spin. I mean, you're not really trying to make the ball. It's more of a move to take over position. Like if you make it and you're buried in the pile, that's no good. So you're not really trying to make it. You're just trying to cut the 7 into the side rail and go into the pile with the cue ball. Okay, no, he didn't try that. He didn't try that. But look what he did do. He got that 12 in play. But Nick can see the 2 ball, so he'll be able to clear both of these with an elevated stroke and going straight into the 2 here. Now it looks like he has a bank on the 6 available if he actually wanted to shoot, but he doesn't have to here. He can get out of this by just shooting into that 2 ball. Now the problem with that is if he hits the back of the 12 thick, the 2 ball could stay, so that might be an issue. He might want to cut the 2 to his left just a little bit to make sure he hits the 12 on the way in. And I'm not sure that he fully has that 6 to shoot at if he wanted to. I think he has to shoot the two ball. I don't think he has anything else. The reason why he hasn't shot it yet, I think he's worried about the two balls staying. But he doesn't really have much of a choice. Like, there's no kick available that's going to help him move those balls. He has to shoot the two. Well, I really don't know why he took that shot. He tried to be slick with it and cross the 12 over off the kick. He was not successful, and Federer's going to have a clear run to try to finish now. Now, only the 13 is open right now, so he needs to stay below the line of the 13 so he can go into the 15-9 and possibly open those couple of balls up there. He's going to have to stay below it. Oh, he didn't. He didn't. He's Oh, wait a minute. He did get enough to maybe bump it open. He's going to have to hit it with some good speed to get it out of there. And he did. He got it out of there. I wonder if that 11, 15, 6 lined up. See, he's checking it now. Looks like it did. It's pretty close. Yes, it is. It is definitely pretty close. By the way he played shape on it says that it goes. And notice he played the low side where he could go into the pile off the shot and open up a couple of more where he can go ahead and finish the rack out. So the 8 will pop out, the 1 will pop out. Oh, he didn't even attempt to try to do anything extra there. I guess it was a little tricky. He wanted to make sure he wanted to get the ball. And this is not really a good position to go this way. He needs to thin the 2 ball, if anything. Thin the 2 ball, open the ball to his side, and stay over here where he is on the left. Maybe go toward the 10. Yeah, he doesn't have to do this. I don't know why he's doing this here. He certainly didn't have to do that. All right. So Nick still doesn't have a shot anyway. I mean, unless he wants to shoot the three-way combo up top of the pile there for 4-10-1 has a chance. For 14-1, 2-14-1, excuse me. Must be colorblind. The 2-14-1 actually looks pretty good, but he'd only be able to take a single pop at it. I don't think he could use or play the cue ball in any kind of way. He'd have to stop there to ensure that he was safe. So he's not shooting it. Maybe the 15 off the 1 back in his pocket. I don't know what he's doing. Okay. I mean, that looked good, but that's not going to help if nothing got by the pocket and trapped him. He's just going to keep pushing balls out. So if he can see the 15, he'll bank that towards the pile. and he did. Put the cue ball very close to the rail. Try to eliminate some control. I don't know if I'm Nick. I maybe shoot into the 11 ball with a little stop shot speed. I mean, you could shoot the 15, but I mean, you can't draw the cue ball. You're not staying below the balls. Oh no. He shot it right into the point. He gave up a shot. Fedor needs two. I don't know if he'll try to draw into the top of this 14 and just open the balls that way. Just skim the top of it. That's the only way I see to really get out. I mean, if you catch the bottom, it'd be very tough to get back above the balls. I don't see that happening. Oh, he missed it. He missed it. He didn't leave a shot for Nick, but I mean, Nick's got to feel good that he's even still shooting in this game after that. So if I'm Nick, I'm shooting the 4 ball. I'm going to cut the 4 into the side of that ball where your cue ball is drawing up the table toward the 7, 8, and let that strike ball go back toward the 11. I don't know what he's doing here. Okay, he just played a safety. Yeah, that's not really any good. You know, doing what Fedor needs to do to get you out of play. I mean, you're at -3. You can't afford to just be playing conventional here. You got to try to get some, you got to try to get a ball in. All right, so Fedor should be just pushing it out here, clearing some balls. Oh, wait a minute. What did he do? All right. Well, I don't know if Nick can see that 8 ball. He has to be careful of the 10 banking. I don't think Fedor would shoot it being this far ahead and those balls close to the hole, but you never know. If he could maybe just nick the 1 and drop down behind the 7, 8, that would be good because the 1 might cover up any kind of shot he could get on the 10. Got it to the rail, but he let him see the 10 ball, so even if he didn't want to bank it, he could still just bank it into the 11 and drop down below the balls for a simple safety. And he also could just hit the 15, but I don't like the 15 just because the balls only go for Fedor right now in the 15-1 unless he shoots a combo. Yeah, I think he's just got to thin the 10 ball. Just bank the 10 ball into the 11 and drop down on the bottom rail behind the 2. Oh no, he actually shot at it. He gave Nick a shot. That was sort of disrespectful. Like he didn't think Nick is gonna could run. Well, obviously he can't run out. There's not enough balls on the table. But I mean, letting him back in the game, I don't think is a good idea. He's got to make 3 to get even. So if he could get those 5 and drop down and get that 1 by Fedor's pocket, he would be back in the game. If he could run these 6 that are down table here. He got a little straight on that ball. I don't know. I might consider shooting the 14 because it seems to be the perfect angle to go behind the 10, bump it out, and get all of them here. Now this, you kind of have to force that angle. You have to just draw it over to the side rail here and just never mind bumping it. Just lay on the side rail where you can cut the ball in. Oh, he tried to hit it with enough speed to bump it out. He just overdrew it. All right, so 2 balls coming up on the spot. He still owes 1. And Fedor is going to have a chance to win this. He should be able to. He could actually draw this backwards towards the second diamond and get above the balls, or he could go forward with some right and get above the balls. Either is fine. Okay, so he drew back right at the second diamond there. And not a lot of spin, but I expect he'll take this one. He'll go ahead and cut at this ball with Nick at a -1 ball count. I don't think he feels too threatened with him running out from here if he were to miss. Right in the center. Good shot. Fedor's out, and he takes the first game. All right, there's the break. Doesn't look like he hit it very hard. I believe he left a shot on the 2 ball, possibly. It looks like it will bank. Let's see how good Fedor hits it. Okay, he didn't think it would bank. He shot it into the 3 instead of past it. And it looks like Fedor now broke. And Nick's not going to have any way to get in there this way. He's going to have to either take a foul, kick behind the 3, or try to 2-rail kick the 3. I don't think he's got anything at the pile to shoot at his side. I wonder if he could bank that 13 behind the 3 and go 1 rail on the other side of the 6. Bank the 13 behind the 3 and kick it back towards his pocket. Is he taking a 4-rail kick behind the balls here? Oh, okay. I believe he was trying to 2-rail that ball. All right, so now Fedor has good opportunity to go 2 rails and slide right in that gap where the 8-4-5, the 8-5 is. 4 is on the other side. 8-5-7. So he's actually got a nice shot to slide in there off the 2 ball, 2 rails. That was a good shot by Fedor, and Nick may have to thin the 9 and go 2 rails. Okay, well, I guess he could come off the 8, come back to where he just was, but I believe it's only going to get worse from there. I think he's got to come off the 9 and go the other way back in the top corner. Okay, he just took a foul. It might have been a nice foul. I'm not sure if that 3 ball goes. I don't think it does. I think that was an okay foul to take. I think Federer might be banking this 3 ball into the pile. He tried to get past it without hitting anything. He was not successful. Possibly left a bank on the 3. I'm not sure until he gets down on it. Well, that was a nice power move shot. He banked that ball 2 rails into the pile, opened everything to his side. But those 3 balls on the side rail still sit just a little bit funny. Basically, if he were to bank the 15 toward the 2 ball, I don't think he'd leave anything just sliding up the table. Wow, look what he did there. Snugged him up on the 12. That'll certainly stop some movement. Nick may have to take a bank at that 3 ball, and he would be leaving a possible billiard with that 112 or 13 or whatever that is right down there by Fedor's side. Looks like the 112. So he has to be, he really needs to make this, or otherwise I think he's going to give up a shot on that. He didn't make it. Didn't make it. And if he hits this with a high ball, he has to cut it a lot to make it. Now, if he hits it with a little bit of a draw, then he only has to cut it a little. So it just depends on how he wants to make it, but I do believe it goes. Now, like I said, if he wants to hit it with a high ball, he has to cut it like how he's aiming now, like that, with a high ball. And he can just float on the other side, and everything will stay intact pretty much where he can run the balls. All right, so it's still shortened up a little bit. He actually needed to cut it probably a little bit more. And I'm not sure if Nick can just give him that ball rail first. I think the 13 there is sort of in the way. He may have to shoot the 13 rail first into the 1, clear him out, and draw upwards towards the side. He does have a good ball position as far as the way the rest of the balls lay. So if you just clear those 2 and get up to the side pocket, could create some problems for Fedor. I mean, if you could get all the way down the table, that's even better. He got a bad kiss, and he's going to leave a shot here. Fedor shoots so straight, I don't think he'll even hesitate to shoot this ball. He may go ahead and shoot this and try to cross over the top of the 2 and play shape for that. Looks like he has a decent angle for it with some inside English. All right, so I think that's the only ball he can go to. He's going to have to hit this with some high inside and just go forward, hit the side rail, and go across the top of the 2, playing shape for it. Oh, he got a friendly little bump on the 9, slowed it down, but he still ended up with a shot. And from here, he can actually bump into the 12 and have the 9 next. All right, so he stayed below the straight end line, so he should be able to go to the 15 or open them if it doesn't go. But I believe it goes. You should be able to just float right into the 5, make the 15, then open the 4, shoot the 10. Just looking at how he's going to hit the 4. He should cut the 15, then hit the side of the 4, and the cue ball goes backwards sort of into that 14 just above the 4. So I like to hit this with a bit of draw like that. You just spread them out perfectly there. Now, I'm not sure what kind of angle he has. If he's got an angle going to the bottom rail, then he'll go forward 2 rails and try to go around. Um, if he's drawing into the 11, then he'll try to go in between that gap in between the 11, 14, drawing back. So it just depends. If he's going to the side rail, then he can draw back. If he's going to the bottom rail, he has to go forward, in my opinion. Unless he's willing to take a bank on like that 12 ball over there next to the 3. I think he's got to go forward. No, he's drawing this ball. I guess he's picking which part of the pocket he can shoot it in to create the angle he needs. Okay, he's not even going to do that. I think he's just going to take the bank. Yep, that's what he did. Yeah, just taking the bank on this ball. And really, if he's going to shoot this, he has to shoot at it 100% because the cue ball is going to go above the 3 to actually shoot at this unless you play to hit it really thick with a lot of spin to go into the 3. So it just depends on how he's trying to go at this. If he's trying to get out, okay, so that's what he did. Notice how thick he hit it, and he used the spin to carry it downward. And he's done a good job. He hung it in the hole, so that's not bad at all. Got 6 down, 1 hanging. Nick's not going to have any choice but to give him this ball. He doesn't have anything to shoot at that's good. He almost scratched right there. Thought the cue ball was going to keep rolling. All right, so the 3 ball should be going up the table, and he should be just drawing down towards Nick's pocket. Maybe try to get on the bottom rail here. Okay, so he banked it in. It goes back up on the spot, but he still didn't leave Nick anything offensive, not unless he wants to kind of shoot a Hail Mary. So, and he tried it, and he gave up a shot on this 5. Fedor's going to bank this at his pocket, 1 rail, either going into the 7 or going behind it. Don't really want to touch the 8 or the 11 because neither one of those balls go for Nick right now. So no need to go into those balls, I don't think. I think you just go past him or not get near him. And he hit it beautifully. Great shot by Fedor. All right. So that puts him at 2-0 now. And on into that last game. Fedor's break. 2-0. For those of you just tuning in, this is Josh Roberts commentating for Railbirds TV. 2023 Derby City Classic 1 Pocket Division. Fedor Gorst and Nick DeLeon. All right, there's the break, and he laid down a pretty nice break. I only see one way to get out of it, just coming off the 14 and dropping down on that bottom rail. He could even go to the side rail, but I wouldn't recommend it. Um, that's pretty much the only shot. He actually could have banked that into the pile and went for the double up, but he just went for the safety automatically. He could have banked that ball into the pile with the 1 sitting the way it is. Federer would have had to shoot a long combo, and if Nick were to bank that ball into the pile, he would have opened a bunch of balls to his side, hopefully. All right, so Federer's got a bank on this 14. He's just going to draw it straight over to that diamond below the side. Oh, wait a minute. What's he doing here? Is he coming off the 11 trying to get on the pile here with a lot of spin? He is, and he hit it nice. Very nice shot. Very nice shot. And Nick may he may find himself shooting that 14, 2 rails, and going forward, just getting on the side rail where Federer has to shoot a combo to make a shot. A long combo with that 10 froze on the rail would be pretty tough. As long as he didn't leave him close to that one ball, that would be a super tough shot. So he just needs to follow the 14, just bank it 2 rails towards his side pocket and lay down on that bottom rail. Make sure he can't see the 10. All right, so he's got a shot on this 8. Nick sold out, and he's got a bunch of balls that go. Now he got on the low side of the 11. I think he's going to have to draw here. Is he going to try to go in between the gap, in between the 6, 7? If he does, that would be really good execution. Okay, he bumped it. He bumped it. That was smart. All right, now the 15 does go as well, so he'll be able to play shape on it and open some of the pile and still have the 7 as a saver ball. See, like right here, I'm shooting it right now where I can hit the side of the 2 perfectly and just open the balls softly. You don't want to fire it. You just want to open them softly. Just a little medium speed nudge. Stop your cue ball on the 2, and you'll have the 7 next. Now, he didn't quite open them enough the way he wanted, but he can still go to the 10 ball here. And off the 10, well, it depends on how he gets, but the 1 ball is also open if he can get up above it. All right, so now, does he try to go all the way to the 1 here, or does he try to go to the pile and create something out of the pile? Looks like he's looking at the 13-5 out of the middle of the pile. So going around the pile 2 rails to that. Looks like he's drawing this ball. He may be going to the 1. Yeah, he did. He went to the 1. Great shot by Fedor, and only needing 2. So he may just drop down on the bank for the 6 here. The 6 ball looks like it's clear to bank, and so that would be his out ball. He has a little bit of angle on the 1, so he may have to hit it with a little inside to help him down the table. You don't want to go too close to the pile. And the 14 actually banks as well, so if he can't get down there, he can shoot the 14. And it looks like that's what he's chosen. And the 14 does provide a little bit of safety with the pile sitting there. So um, if he gets it close, Nick will not be able to see it. And I don't know if Nick can kick bank this and get it back out of there on his side. But there's not really much of an option but to try to masse and spin kick this out of there. Little soft masse here. And he's done well with it. He got it on his side. He knows it's a long way to go. Um, now Fedor could actually bank this and go into the pile, but he doesn't have to. He can just clear it, kick it out, play a safety, start getting the balls out of play, and lock the game in until he gets a clean and clear shot. And I expect Nick will bank that ball back down the table. He needs him down the table, so you want to keep him in play if possible. He hit it pretty good there. Had a nice line. Not hard enough, though. So Fedor should be kicking this out. He can go to the side rail and kick it out with speed back towards his pocket or bottom rail. Either one's fine. All right, so he kicked at the bottom rail. Is Nick taking a foul here, or is he kicking at the 5? Oh, he kicked at the 5 and he sold out. He gave it away. All right, that concludes the match. Fedor Gorst takes it 3-0 against Nick DeLeon. Made it look easy. All right, so this is Josh Roberts commentating for Railbird TV, and I hope you guys tune in for the next one.